गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we are in this Prashnopanishad, the fourth Prashna. In fact, in the last class we read that seventh mantra, but because it is missing, we will read it again. The overall context is that the Upanishad is now examining the Avastha Traya. There are three states of experience in a human being. That is, the waking state, the dream state, and the dreamless sleep. These three are the states, and all human experience is contained in these three states. So we have seen the importance of examination of this dream state. Because of analysis of that dream state only, we are able to show that Atma is that Swayam Jyoti. When it is just assisted by the mind, when Atma is just assisted by the mind, and then through that mind it is able to create a world of its own. So Atmana Swayam Jyotishvam, unless there is mind, it is also impossible. There is no other tool. There is no other tool to say that Atma is Swayam Jyoti. So Atma's Swayam Jyotishvam has to be proved or has to be known by the mind only. So that is what we saw in that dream state. Now we have come to this deep sleep. In the last mantra, that is sixth mantra, we have seen what is the deep sleep. We have seen that say why or how he comes into the deep sleep state. That is sayada tejasa vibhuto bhavati atra isha devah swapnan napashyati, etc. We read it. Now we have to read the seventh mantra because it is missing. Let us read it. Sayatha somya वयांसि वासो वृक्षं सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ते एवं हवै तत्सर्वं पर आत्मनि सम्प्रतिष्ठते. Okay, Somya means, oh dear one. Sayatha, sa means that process. That means that process. What is that process? Sayada tejasa abhibhuto bhavati. Now we are referring to that sa. That sa is referring to that manodeva. Yatha somya. Vayamsi means birds. Vayamsi are birds. Vaso vruksham is the tree on which lot many birds dwell. Usually we don't see in cities, but if you go to villages, there will be some huge trees. Maybe some 100-year-old tree, a huge one, in which in fact thousands of birds they come, they flock together, and then early in the morning they all go away. They all go away in different directions seeking food. And again in the evening there is a lot of tumult of those birds. In the morning, early morning, there is a big tumult. Again in the evening there is a big tumult. So but then like that, Vaso vruksham sampratishtante. In the evening they just come back and settle down on that tree. Sampratishtante. They just settle down, get established. Sampratishtante. Evam havai. In the same manner. Tat sarvam. All this means all the upadhis. All these upadhis like mind, antahkaranas, all those upadhis again in the next mantra also he is going to examine. He is going to list out rather. Tat sarvam. Pare Atmani Sampratisthate. In that Supreme Atma, they all settle down, they almost merge or settle down. So that is the mantra. We'll read the Bhashyam. Sadrushtanto Yatha Yena Prakarena Somya Priyadarshana Vayamsi Pakshinaha Vasartham Vruksham Vaso Vruksham
वासार्थं वृक्षं वासो वृक्षं
प्रति संप्रतिष्ठन्ते गच्छन्ति
प्रति संप्रतिष्ठन्ते गच्छन्ति
एवं यथा दृष्टान्तो
एवं यथा दृष्टान्तो
ह वै तद् वक्ष्यमाणं सर्वं
हा वै तत् वक्ष्यमाणं सर्वं
परे आत्मनि अक्षरे संप्रतिष्ठते.
परे आत्मनि अक्षरे संप्रतिष्ठते.
Sa is referring to that drishtantah. Sa is not referring to Manodeva. Sa is referring to that drishtanta. Drishtanta is illustration. Yatha, just as yena prakarena, hey Somya, O Priyadarshana, O dear one, these birds, just as they flock back, they come back and then settle down in that Vaso Vruksham. In the same manner, all the Vakshyamanam, all the list, the whole list which is going to be told in the next mantra, all those things, Pare Atmani Akshare Sampratishtante. This word Akshara, what is that imperishable Brahman, etc., the description we have seen in the Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad refers to that Akshara Brahma. Akshara Brahma is not different from Supreme Brahma. It is not as though it is something different. Only a particular word has been used in that, say, Mundakopanishad. So, because Mundakopanishad is supposed to be the Samhitopanishad and this Prashnopanishad is the Brahmanopanishad, which is a sort of elaboration on that Mundakopanishad, Shankaracharya also is using the same language. The text also is using the same language. In fact, in the next mantra, Pare Akshare Atmani, we are going to see that Akshara Brahma, the same words are being used here also because they belong to the same Shaka, that is Atharva Veda. So the next mantra we will see, Kim Tat Sarvam, what is all that? So that is it. Now we will read the mantra. Pruthivi cha Pruthivi Matra cha
पृथिवी च पृथिवी मात्रा च
आपश्च आपो मात्रा च
आपश्च आपो मात्रा च
तेजश्च तेजो मात्रा च
तेजश्च तेजो मात्रा च
वायुश्च वायुमात्रा च
वायुश्च वायुमात्रा च
आकाशश्च आकाशमात्रा च
आकाशश्च आकाशमात्रा च
चक्षुश्च द्रष्टव्यं च
चक्षुश्च द्रष्टव्यं च
श्रोत्रं च श्रोतव्यं च
श्रोत्रं च श्रोतव्यं च
घ्राणं च घ्रातव्यं च
घ्राणं च घ्रातव्यं च
रसश्च रसयितव्यं च
रसश्च रसयितव्यं च
त्वक् च स्पर्शयितव्यं च
वक् च स्पर्शयितव्यं च
वाक् च वक्तव्यं च
वाक् च वक्तव्यं च
हस्तौ चादातव्यं च
हस्तौ च आदातव्यं च
उपस्थश्चानन्दयितव्यं च
उपस्थश्च आनन्दयितव्यं च
वायुश्च विसर्जयितव्यं च
वायुश्च
विसर्जयितव्यं च पादौ च गन्तव्यं च
पादौ च गन्तव्यं च
मनश्च मन्तव्यं च
मनश्च मन्तव्यं च
बुद्धिश्च बोद्धव्यं च
बुद्धिश्च बोद्धव्यं च
अहङ्कारश्चाहङ्कर्तव्यं च
अहङ्कारश्च अहङ्कर्तव्यं च
चित्तं च चेतयितव्यं च
चित्तं च चेतयितव्यं च
तेजश्च विद्योतयितव्यं च
तेजश्च विद्योतयितव्यं च
प्राणश्च विधारयितव्यं च
प्राणश्च विधारयितव्यं च.
There is a big list saying prana, this cha, that cha, that cha, that cha, that cha. Then ultimately, what is the connection? Vidhara, all these things, Pruthivi cha, Pruthivi matra cha, like that, all where it is coming to pranascha, vidharayitavyan cha. The sentence is not complete. The sentence will be completed if we connect this to the earlier mantra. All these things, Pare Atmani Sampratisthate. All this, you see the last mantra, the seventh mantra, Para Atmani Sampratisthate. That is, Pare Atmani Etat Sarvam Sampratisthate. All this settles down, all this merges in that Supreme Atma. So that is what it is. So which means, all this is not Supreme Atma. What all we see, that is the Indriyas, and then the mind, the prana, that is not the Supreme. They are important. In their own way, they are important. Each sense organ is important. Then the mind is very, very important. Prana is more important. Prana and mind, there is a big competition. Which is more important? Because unless prana is there, mind cannot function. And if prana is there and mind is not there, then again it is of no use. So both are almost equally important. But anyway, mind, we can say in a way it is a shade better because mind is the agency, or rather it is the dravya. Atyacha virala taijasa dravyam That is how Vedanta Paribhasha describes. So that is such a subtle thing. where the Brahman consciousness is reflected. Brahman consciousness is not reflected in this prana. It is not known through prana, but it is known through manas. So manas is a shade better, we can say. So all those things, including that manas, manascha, mantavyancha, all those things, they get merged, where pare atmani sampratishthate. So we have to connect this, all this cha 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 cha. It is like chamakam. This whole thing has to be connected to pare atmani sampratishthate. So now let us see. In fact, we can straight away go to the bhashyam, because straight away here what are we are seeing? Pruthivi cha, pruthivi matra cha. I have to explain what is this matra. Now we are seeing pruthivi, pruthivi matra, apaha, pruthivi apas tejo vayurakashaha. All those 5 gross elements we know. Of course, you know the subtle elements also, because we have heard other Upanishads. But for those who have not heard the other Upanishads, this matra word has to be explained. What is this matra? For this we have to know the concept called panchikaranam. You know this panchikaranam. Panchikaranam means 5 things compounding into one. That is panchikaranam. Pancha is panch, penta. So there's Latin or Greek, that penta is pancha. This panchikaranam is this quintuplication in English they say, but it is such a big word. We can say compounding. So what is this compounding? So if you just go back to the basics of Vedanta, what do they say? This Supreme Brahman alone is there. That is the Supreme Consciousness. That is Chaitanyam alone is there. Chaitanyam alone. In that Chaitanya, this Maya, this creative power called Maya, that Maya Vachinnam Chaitanyam is called Ishvaraha. Ishvara is that Chaitanyam associated with Maya is Ishvara. And in that, what is that first evolute, that Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic mind? And from that, what are the next evolutes? The Trigunas on one hand. Then again, this 5 Tanmatra, as they say, Pancha Tanmatra. Tanmatra means that alone. Tat Matra. Matram. Matra means alone, that itself, unalloyed, undisturbed, unmixed. So that is what is Matra. It is not compounded with anyone, not mixed with anything. So that is what is Matra. That alone, that itself. What is that? Pruthivi, Apa, Teja, Vayu, Akasha. These 5 aspects, they seem to have evolved from that Hiranyagarbha. That first Ishvara, let us say, from that Ishvara, these 5 say matras, they say it is said that they are the first evolutes. And then these matras are sukshma. Sukshma in the sense they cannot be seen by the senses. So they become sthula, that is gross, when all these things come together in a particular way, in a particular proportion. Suppose Pruthivi we say. Pruthivi Tanmatra, half of it will be there, some 50% of half of it is there. And the remaining half, the 4 other elements, matras are there, isn't it? Tanmatras. 1/4 from each of them. 1/4 from each of them, it is taken, and then this whole thing is made into one sort of compound. So similarly, Apaha, some 50% of Apa alone, and then the remaining 50%, a mixture of all those other things. So like that, because of the predominance of Apa, you call it Apa, but then in Apa there is also Akasha, Vayu, Prithvi, Apas, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, starting from Akasha, Vayu, Agni, etc. Prithvi, everything is there in Apa also. Everything is there in Prithvi also. Akasha also, it is like that. So that is the picture. Akasha, when all these things they combine, that they are called the Sthula Bhutas. So these are the 5 elements. So those 5 elements are things which are sthula. They are called sthula in the sense that it can be seen. They can be seen by our senses. Or in other words, the very senses, what we call it, the senses are derived from these tanmatras only. We know that the senses are derived from these tanmatras only. In fact, each sense is able to see only one aspect, only because it is derived from that tanmatra. So smell, the sense of smell, it is something which is another form of Pruthivi Tanmatra. So that is why the smell, it can only see the smell. It can only notice smell, but it can't see, or it can't do any other thing. So sense of taste, let us say, it is the Apo Matra. So it can only taste, but the tongue cannot see. So like that, Each one is having its own limited jurisdiction. And all the five tanmatras come together, they make the mind, so that the mind is able to see all the five sensations. Each sense organ is seeing only one sensation, whereas the mind is able to see all the five sensations. So this tanmatra, tentatively we can say that in that first process of evolution, the first evolute is the tanmatra, that is unalloyed or rather uncompounded Prithvi, uncompounded Akasha, uncompounded Apaha, etc. So when they mix up, then this Sthula Prapancha comes up. Till that time this Sthula Prapancha is not there. So that is how let us see. So that is what we are saying. All these things, what this mantra says is, the sense objects, all these things are sense objects. All these things and also their karanas. For Prithvi, the karanam or the cause is Prithvi Matra only, isn't it? Prithvi Matra is the karanam for Prithvi. So these Prithvi objects along with their karana, they are all getting merged in this Para-Atma in the time of deep sleep. In other words, we are discussing this Anandamaya Kosha. We are discussing Jiva Brahmaikya rather. This Jiva Brahmaikya is ultimately it is going to be told. So all these things they are merged in this Supreme Atman in the state of deep sleep. So that is what the mantra is going to say. The next mantra, if we read together, that's what it is going to say. Prithivija Prithvi Matracha, that is the gross element and also the subtle element, that is its karanam. Then similarly Apaha Apo Matracha, water and its karanam. Then Tejas and its karanam, Vayu and its karanam, Akasha and its karanam. Also we have covered the five bhutas, five elements and their causes. Then now we are coming to five senses. Chakshuscha Drashtavyancha, Shrotrancha Shrotavyancha. That is sense organ and the object of that organ. Sense organ and the object. So here Chakshuscha Drashtavyancha means the organ of sight and also the object of sight. Drashtavyam, that is the object, isn't it? Drashtavyam is that which can be seen, which has to be seen. That is the sense organ and its content, the sense organ and its object. With reference to all the five sense objects, it is saying Rasascha Rasaitavyancha. Rasa is referring to Rasanendriyam. Rasa is not Rasa but Rasana, Rasanendriyam. That is Rasaitavyam, that is the object of taste. Then Tvakcha Sparshaitavyamcha. Like that all the five senses are being told. Then five karmendriyas are being told. You know the organ of action and organs of sense. Sense organ versus organs of action. These organs of action are being told. Vakcha Vaktavyancha. Vak is the speech. And also the content of it. Hastaucha Adatavyamcha. Hastau, the two hands. And then Adatavyam. Adanam means to take something. Danam is giving something. Adanam is to take. So Adatavyam means to grasp. Adatavyam is that which can be grasped. So the hand and the object which can be grasped. And then upasthascha. Upastha is the organ of procreation. That is genitals, let us say. Upasthascha anandaitavyancha. And that enjoyment related to that upastha. Then payuscha visarjaitavyancha. The rectum and whatever is the content of it. Then Padavcha Gantavyancha. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. These five are the karmendriyas, isn't it? These five karmendriyas and their content. Then now we are coming to Antahkarana Chatushtayam. Manobuddhya Ahankara Chittani Naham, we know.
Yeah.
This Antahkarana is at four levels. Or rather, it has got four, levels, let us say, we can say four levels. That is Mana. At the very primary level, you just see something. A mere sensation is formed in the mind. And that sensation level, there is a thought. Okay, can it be this? Can it be that? So that is Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam. Can it be this or otherwise? So that is Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manaha. That is called the mind, where the sensation is registered. Then again, Buddhi is where this sensation is analyzed. This Buddhi, intellect level, where that sensation, Adhyavasayatmika Buddhi, it takes a decision, some sort of decision making level. So it decides, oh, this is this. Then Chitta is something which you have got the faculty of recalling, faculty of thinking, faculty of mananam. That is all Chitta. Then Ahankara. Ahankara is the notion of I. That is another, say, level. The mind, it knows, it thinks, oh, I know that, I have seen this, that I notion. So these 4 levels are there. All these 4 levels are being told here. So, manascha, mantavyancha, the mind and its content, the buddhi and its content, ahankara and its content, chittam and its content. Now, teja. Teja is one strange thing which is told here. Tejas, we normally, here it is not referring to heat, it is not referring to light, it is referring to the aura in a person. Suppose you see Mahatma, some Mahatma, this Tejas may not be there in all. You see some Mahatma, there is some sort of halo, we talk about a halo or some sort of aura around him. So that aura or Tejas, aura or halo is referred to here by the word Tejas. Tejascha Vidyotaitavyancha. Tejas, of course, is related or somehow related to the body, though not directly, it is not connected with the skin, but somehow it is dependent on the skin. So that is what we are going to see in the Bhashyam also. Vidyotaitavyancha, that which is to be illumined. Tejascha Vidyotaitavyancha, that halo or aura and the content of that, all those things. And also Pranascha Vidharaitavyancha. So the Upanishad is putting prana at the end. So, according to Upanishad, prana is the rather topmost, highest thing among all the drishyams. What are all these things all said and done? If you come back to that analysis of druk and drishyam, so the Chaitanyam alone is the druk, and all other things which are connected with the Chaitanya, which are seen by the Chaitanya, they are all drishyam only. They are all drishyam only. So, all this list, the whole list is drishyam only. So ultimately this prana is also drishyam. Pranascha vidharaitavyam. Vidharanam. Vidharanam is etam banam avashtabhya vidharayami. Something like that we have seen earlier. That is, I am holding on to this banam. Banam is shariram, and I am holding it tight. I am holding it, say, firm. Dharana. Dharma, the word dharma, you know. Dharanat dharma uchyate. That which holds something together from falling apart. So this prana is also holding this body in such a way that it doesn't fall apart. So if you see a dead man, the limbs will be, it looks just apart. The limbs will be, they look as though they are scattered. Then again they have to be tied together. So like that. Vidharaitavyam. This prana and all that. So we are referring to the state of deep sleep where a person is so totally, say, free. He is not holding on to anything, and then he is just totally that vidharanam is, of course, prana is very much there, but then prana also, it is as though it is merged in this. So that is what we are going to see. Then let us see the Bhashyam. Pruthivicha sthula panchaguna
Pruthivicha sthula panchaguna
tat karanacha pruthivi matra cha gandha tanmatra.
Tat karanam cha pruthivi matra gandha tanmatra.
So this panchaguna is another word used here. Pruthivicha sthula. Sthula, Pruthivi is Strilinga, so that is why it is said Stula. Then Panchaguna. What are these Panchaguna? Akasha has only one guna, that is Shabda. Then Vayu has 2 gunas, Akasha and Akashad Vayu, Vayu Ragni, that is in that process they have come, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is why Akasha has only Sparsha guna. This Vayu has 2, Sparsha and Shabda. Then Tejas, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Then water, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. And also Pruthivi, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So like that it is Panchaguna. If you go to water alone, it is only Chaturguna. So like that. So Pruthivi cha Stula Panchaguna. Tat Karanacha. The Karanam for it is that Pruthivi Tanmatra. That is otherwise called Gandha Tanmatra, Shabda Tanmatra, Vayu Tanmatra, Sparsha Tanmatra. So that like that. Tatha cha Apasya Apo Matra cha. So this we have discussed. Tejascha Tejo Matra cha. Vayuscha Vayu Matra cha. Akashascha Akasha Matra cha. Sthulani cha Sukshmani cha Bhutani ityarthaha. So the 5 bhutas, grass and also the subtle, they have been brought in here. Tatha Chakshuscha Indriyam
चक्षुश्च इन्द्रियं
रूपञ्च द्रष्टव्यञ्च.
रूपं च द्रष्टव्यं च.
So that is chakshuscha drashtavyancha, isn't it? Chakshu, what is chakshu? It is referring to not the grass eye socket, it is referring to the indriyam, sense organ, the power of that sense. We are referring to the sense organ and not to the sense, say, golam. Chakshuscha indriyam, rupamcha drashtavyancha. That drashtavyam is rupam, where shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha, we are coming to that. रूपंच द्रष्टव्यंच. श्रोत्रंच श्रोतव्यंच.
श्रोत्रंच श्रोतव्यं च.
So just what is that? Shabda sparsha. Yeah, shabda. Now we are referring to shabda. Shrotavyam means shabda. Then घ्राणंच घ्रातव्यंच.
घ्राणं च घ्रातव्यं च.
रसश्च रसयितव्यंच.
रसश्च रसयितव्यं च.
त्वक्च स्पर्शयितव्यंच.
त्वक्च स्पर्शयितव्यं च.
वाक्च वक्तव्यंच.
वाक्च वक्तव्यं च.
हस्तौ च आदातव्यंच.
हस्तौ च आदातव्यं च.
So the same thing which are mentioned in the mantra, they say mantra alone. Then come to buddhindriyani karmendriyani.
बुद्धीन्द्रियाणि कर्मेन्द्रियाणि
Tadarthascha uktaha.
तदर्थाश्च उक्ताः.
So buddhindriyas means jnanendriyas. The 5 jnanendriyas and the 5 karmendriyas, tadarthaha, their objects, their contents. So the sense organ perceives something. So the organ and what it perceives. Then the motor organ and what it holds or what it does. All those things have been told. Then manascha purvoktam.
मनश्च पूर्वोक्तं
Mantavyancha tad vishayah.
मन्तव्यं च तद्विषयः.
Vishaya means that content. Then buddhischa nishchayatmika.
बुद्धिश्च निश्चयात्मिका.
Buddhi is otherwise called adhyavasayatmika buddhi, nishchayatmika buddhi. Adhyavasaya means again nishchaya, a determination or a decision rather, not determination, a decision. Nishchayatmika. Then bodhavyancha tad vishayah.
बोद्धव्यं च तद्विषयः.
Ahankarascha abhimana lakshanam.
अहङ्कारश्च अभिमानलक्षणम्.
अभिमानलक्षणम् अन्तःकरणम्.
अभिमानलक्षणम् अन्तःकरणम्.
अहङ्कर्तव्यं च तद्विषयः.
अहङ्कर्तव्यं च तद्विषयः.
Ahankara is referring to that abhimanalashyanam antahkaranam. That particular aspect of antahkarana which can be called abhimana. Abhimana means I am this, I am that. That is abhimana, isn't it? Dambho darpo abhimanascha. So abhimana is that notion of that I am this, I am that. So that is it. Ahankartavyam is that vishaya, the content of that. Your CV is that vishaya. Then chittancha chetanavad antahkaranam.
चेतनावत् अन्तःकरणम्.
So here chetanavad antahkaranam means that which is associated with chetana, that which is appearing as though it is chetana. So here, footnote in this Swamiji writes, Sa chidabhasam ityarthaha. That is what he writes. Chidabhasa. That is the level at which the Supreme Consciousness gets reflected. So that is what is that Chittam. Chetanavad antahkaranam. Chetayitavyancha tad vishayah.
चेतयितव्यं च तद्विषयः.
So what you do about Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, etc., they are all at that Chittam level. About all this Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, they are not at the Ahankara level or Buddhi level or anything. It is at the Chittam level. Then Tejascha Tvagindriya Vyatirekena Prakasha Vishishta Ya Tvak Taya Nirbhasyo Vishayo Vidyotayitavyam. Vidyotayitavyam. Yeah. Now Tejascha Vidyotayitavyamcha. What is this Tejascha? Tvagindriya Vyatirekena. That is something which is distinct from that Tvagindriya. It is not merely the skin. It is slightly distinct from that skin, but it is something which is unique to that. It is not in sparsha, it is not in smell, it is not in sight, or it is not in any other, motor organ. It is something which is unique to that, Tvagindriya, but it is slightly distinct from Tvagindriya. What you call that aura? We do not know why that particular thing is mentioned here. Maybe to mention that during that sleep, even that Teja, it is not appearing. Maybe during when a person is awake and then at that time you can perceive his stages. When the person is sleeping, we do not know. That is, the Tejascha also is absorbed. Tvagindriya Vitirekena Prakasha Vishishta Ya. That is what Ya Tvak. So Prakasha Vishishta Ya Tvak. There is something which is luminous about it, there is something which is shining about it. Then Taya Nirbhasya Vishayaha Vidyotaitavyam. So that which is Nirbhasya, that which is made luminous, or that which is made shining, something like that, that which is made known rather, that which is made known, that which is illumined by that is what is that Vidyotaitavyam. Then Pranascha Sutram Yadachakshate
सूत्रं यदाचक्षते
Tena
तेन
Vidharaitavyam Sangrathaniyam.
विधारयितव्यं संग्रहणीयम्.
So Pranascha, here it is referring to the Sutratma, Sutram. We may take Sutratma, Hiranyagarbha, or even at the level of this body-mind complex, Prana is like a Sutram. Prana is something around which everything is shown, around which all these things are shown. That is the Manas, the fourfold Antahkarana, the body, the sense organs, the motor organs, all these things are shown around that only. Without prana, all these things are not there. So from that point of view also you can take it as prana as sutram. Then yadachakshate, sutram yadachakshate. Yadachakshate means what people call it as sutram. What people call as sutram. Tena vidharaitavyam. That which has to be held together by that. All those things. Sangrathaniyam. Sangrathaniyam is something which has to be strung together. All those things which have to be strung together by that prana. That is, when a person is in deep sleep, even all those things are kept loose. A person may be holding on very tightly to his wife or lady love, whatever it is. But in deep sleep, even that tight thing has to go. So another man may be holding on to some bundle of notes, but in deep sleep that bundle of notes he has to loosen. So it is that all those sangrathaniyam, he has to loosen it. Sarvam hi karyakarana jatam
सर्वं हि कार्यकरणजातं
pararthyena samhatam
पारार्थ्येन संहतं
namarupatmakam
नामरूपात्मकम्
etavadeva.
एतावदेव.
Sarvam hi. This sarvam hi, Anandagiri is making a note saying that Atma Vyatiriktam tad upadhi bhutam sarvancha uktam ityaha. That is what he says. Atma Vyatiriktam, that which is distinct from Atma, tad upadhi bhutam. But at the same time they are all upadhis for Atma. They are all distinct from Atma, but at the same time upadhis for Atma. Because Atma is, it shines in all these things. Atma shines in all these things. So from that point of view, they are all upadhis. So that is what is denoted by this word sarvam. Sarvam hi. That is Atma Vitiriktam tad upadhi bhutam. All the things which are merely upadhis for that Atma, karya karana jatam. This whole group, this whole, what shall we say for that word jatam, karya karana jatam is the whole bundle, let us say. The whole bundle called karya karana. Karya is the body, karana are the sense organs. This whole body-mind complex, let us say. Pararthyena samhatam. This word also we have seen earlier. Any samghata, or rather any composite, it is for somebody else. Any composite, like a motor car is an assemblage. It is a composite. It has been assembled by putting together so many parts. And then all those things have to be driven by somebody else. That is pararthyam. It is for the sake of somebody else. So that para artha means for someone else's purpose. For somebody else's purpose. Pararthyena. Parartham is somebody else's purpose. Pararthyena means from the that is tadhita pratyaya, that's all. So pararthyam, for the sake of that parartha. Samhatam. Samhatam means it has been formed into a sanghata. It has been formed into a composite. That is what is samhatam. Then namarupatmakam. All these are merely names and forms. So all this thing, etavadeva, only up to this, only this much alone is there. What all drishyam can be seen can be visualized by the human being, falls under these things only and not beyond this. Prithvi, Prithvi Matra. Whatever you say, it is Prithvi or Prithvi Matra. Gandhasya, Gandha Matra. Or otherwise, Apasya, Apo Matra. What all we see, what all we experience, they all come under these things only. And all these things are merely upadhis for the Atma. So that is what it says. ఓం పూర్ణమదః పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి.